bring it forward and out, okay? So we're gonna start, well, what we can reach up to the middle of the bus that we're gonna look at, the engine. This is my oil filler here. This is my oil, this is my filler valve, this is my filter. I'm checking my air intake. If this was clogged, it would give me an indication. I'm coming down. This is my oil, engine oil. I'm not going to check it because the engine is now hot. But in the morning prior to departure, this is checked, and if the fluids is needed, it's needed. This is my heater valves. So this hot water runs through here to do the internal heaters. So if I need to shut them off, this is where this is. I'm just checking my hoses and my lines. I'm checking my alternator. I'm checking my belt, making sure that it's not frayed or cracked, and I'm checking across at my pulleys to make sure that everything is present. I'm looking at my radiator hose, that there's no cracks, that it's in good condition. This is my coolant box, showing me my coolant, and I'm within operational range. So work your way down. This is my washer fluid, and I have adequate fluids. This is my brake line, my air line for my brake. This is my brake chamber. This is my push rod. This is my cam. This is my drum, and my disc brakes are in my disc pads are in here. My brake pads are in here. I'm checking my shock mount, making sure that it's secure, no cracks in the housings. I'm checking my leaf spring. My shackles are secure, not cracked. My U-bolts are present. This is my steering arm. I'm going to give a little tug. If my ball bearing was loose, my ball joint was loose, my wheel would be a little shaky. I'm going to come across my tire while I'm here. My tire, I'm going to check my tire. All major grooves, no less than 4/32. So you understand my gauge. It reads 4/32 in the yellow, 2/32 is in the red. So if I say it's in the green, it's going to be 4/32, or 5/32, excuse me, and above, okay? So here's what that looks like. And you can show that to the officer. Actually, if I say it's 6/32 and above, okay, is in the green. So if I say it's in the green, it's more than 6/32, okay? So I'm in the green, I'm in the green, I'm in the green, I'm in the green. Now I'm going to come and check the tire. I'm working my way inward. I'm checking for any, this is your ABC, any abrasions, bulges, or cuts. I'm checking my rim, that it's not cracked. There's no missing pieces. The welds are good. I'm checking my lug nuts, making sure that they're secure. Any sign of rust would be an indication that it might be loose. And then I'm checking my hub, that my hubcap is secure and I have no signs of leak. Okay?
The stem is fine.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll go over to the other side so I can show you the rest of my components. We'll check this tire while we're here. So on this side, this is my air intake. This is my air line. Have them fix this.
Okay.
Have them take care of this. Just put a new hose on it.
Uh-huh.
This is my air line. This is my air compressor. It is belt driven. Remember we talked about the difference between belt and gear?
Mhm.
This one's a belt driven. So if you lose this belt, you will also lose your air intake. Okay?
Okay.
So this is a belt driven air compressor. This is your air governor. You're just checking your lines. This is my transmission dipstick. Just go down the line. Whatever you see, name it off. I'm coming down. This is my radiator hose. Checking all that. My steering linkage. Checking my joints. It's well lubed. This is my steering house. Checking your A-arms. Again, I'm coming down. I'm checking that my shock is secure. No cracks. My frame looks good. No cracks. My shackle secure. It looks good. No cracks. My leaf spring is not frayed. Or, so when I say that, it's not fanning out,
Fine,
right? My shackle's in good condition. It's secure, not cracked. And my U-joints are present and secure. Coming across, all of my steering mechanisms are secure. I'm checking my brake chamber, checking my push rod, I'm checking my S-cam, checking, yes, that was oil, checking the inside of my rim, checking the inside of my disc brakes. Okay, I'm coming across. Again, this tire, all major grooves, no less than 430 seconds in the green. Now see how this one has little nibbles?
Mhm.
Make sure that you get on the other side of that, because
Okay.
if you go on top of it, you're going to lose that much of tread, right?
Mhm.
So find a spot and go in between. Tire's good. I'm going to come around the front. All my ABCs. So no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. I'm checking my rim, that my weld, that I'm missing, no, that I'm not missing any pieces, that my welds are good. Valve cap is on. Checking my lug nuts, that they're secure. Any sign of rust? It runs down like a little. You can see it runs like water.
Mhm.
Sometimes we won't feel it loose, but it'll be loose, and that'll be the indication.
Okay.
I'm checking my hub. No signs of leakage. My hub is secure. So that covers your engine inspection. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. Oh, I gotta pull the lever.
Oh,
Yeah, I gotta pull the lever. I forgot.
got it.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll go ahead and shut this down. Okay, get this side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with lights.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go on board and I'm gonna turn on. The sequence for me is low beam, hazard, ambers, okay? That's
Okay.
the first round.
Okay.
So we're gonna go. So we're gonna go. I just forget where these are on here. Gonna be
Low beams. The
oh, there we
lights.
go. Okay, so lights are
All
on.
the way up.
Okay.
Hazards.
Are they coming on? I might need to have the ignition on.
Yeah, I think the ignition is to be on.
Okay. Do you have the key? Okay.
Yeah, they're on actually.
Okay. How about the headlights on, the clip lights on, the ambers are on, and the hazards are on.
Mhm.
Okay. And then it's telling me here that they're on as well. So that's our internal. So we'll go ahead and head back out. And what we're going to do is check our lights and finish. Does she have a tire thumper? Thumper stick? Perfect. Okay. Because we need to use a thump because we didn't.
Mhm.
All right. So from here, I'm going to turn the clip lights on. The key may
Oh,
need to be on.
for the clearance lights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think so. Yeah.
I suppose lit on the dash, but it's not lit on the
Okay.
dash. So anyway, start from the top
Uh-huh.
and work your way down. So the top would be your clip lights. We got to get them on.
Uh-huh.
So our ambers are oscillating. School bus is clearly legible. I'm coming down. My windshields are in good condition. My seals are in good condition. I'm going to check glass. We're going to come over. We're going to check that your mechanism is secure and that your blade is in good condition. There's no nits or cracks in that.
Okay.
We'll check this one. Condition. Check our blade. No nits or cracks. Okay, checking my glass. It's in good condition. I'm going to come down my hood. My hood is secure. My mirrors are secure. The glass is in good condition. My hazards lit. My headlight and my low beams are on. I just walked down. I'm going to bring a stick for you, and we're going to write the license plate
Oh,
number
okay.
on it. But make note 4555, okay, for inside when
Okay.
you go to check other stuff inside. And my bumper is secure. My mirror is secure. And my glass is intact and in good condition. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to thump because I didn't when we were here before. My med fob is secure. When you're on your bus, right, this is your picture. So step back enough that you can see more of your bus, okay?
Uh-huh.
So I'm checking the top of my bus for any damage. I'm checking, see if there's any damage. I'm checking across the top, any broken glass. I see I have an emergency exit. It's clearly lined with tape. I'll adjust that in a second. My glass is in good condition. I'm going to come down here. My antenna is secure. My mirror is secure. My glass is clean and in good condition. Just come down. My hatch is secure. My hazard light is on. My four-way. My rail is secure. My reflector is present. This door is secure. Step back here. Emergency exit. Reflector is present. Tape is all around and in good condition. It says here, lift door to open. Gonna open it. We'll get our audible inside when we do our inside check. I'm checking that my wind stop works. I'm gonna check that the hardware is secure. I'm gonna check that my seal is present and in good condition. My seal, window glass seal is present in good condition. I'm gonna check my linkage to make sure that there's nothing stuck in there, like pencils. Clearly states emergency exit, lift handle, up, push out, and that's that. Okay? We're gonna come down to the next section. My glass is in good condition. My rails, I'm looking across, all my screws are present. My rail's in good condition, it's not missing any pieces. School bus, Live Oak School District is clearly legible. Bus 1, my California number. Again, my rail is present in good condition. I see my reflectors present. My fender flare is secure. My mud flap is secure. We're gonna tire thump. Right? And then you're supposed to drop the stick. I'll bring you a stick. Because you want to make sure, if it was tire was underinflated, you want to make sure you get the stick in between there, because if not, tires will rub on the inside and you'll have a blowout. That's clear. I'm going to check from the innermost dual. And again, it's no less than 230 seconds on the back. I'm in the green. 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 While I'm down here, you're going to be looking for several things. One is that, you want to get your phone in there? Is, let me get I want you to be able to see too. Let me get my laser pointer.
That you? I see it.
Yeah, there's more to it than that though.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to be able to see that our U bracket is present. Just say, I see my air tank and I see that my valves are all present.
Okay.
In a good condition. I can look down my frame. My frame looks good, no cracks. I see my shock brackets are secure, no cracks. My airbag is in good condition. On the other side of that is my air drum, which has my slack adjuster, and my push rod and my S-cam. Inside of this, I have my drums and I have my disc brakes that are driven by my air system. My shackles are in good condition. My leaf spring is in good condition, okay? So those are all the things that you're going to name when you're down here. If you see it, name it.
Okay.
Because now they want us to tell them all about the under part. Remember I told you there was changes?
Yeah.
That's the change. And that's what you're checking. And that you're checking the airbag, the braking system with inside, okay? The frame, the exhaust. We'll get on the other side. So then now what we're going to do is we're going to finish this rim out. So we're going to be checking the rim, making sure that the rim is intact and in good condition. My valve cap is present. Usually where this one is, the inner one is on the opposite side. Valve cap is present. You're going to check your lug nuts. Lug nuts are secure. Hub is free of grease. My hub nuts are secure. Okay? So then we come to the rear. My stop sign is secure. My reflector is present. Under the back. We know it's 4555, so it's the same plate as in the front.
Yes.
And again, start from the top and just work your way down. Hold your stick and only look what's above it. You know what I'm saying? So just look above it. Okay, so I see my flip lights. I see my ambers are oscillating. School bus, clearly legible. I come down, it says emergency exit. I see that my tape is surrounding it in good condition. I I see my glass is in good condition and intact. My seals are present and in good condition. Come down, I see my hazards, and I see my running lights, my tail lights. Come down, stop and red light flash is flashing. That's all clearly legible. I have my reflectors, my bus one indicating, reflector, my license plate, and my license plate light. I'm going to lift this up. We're going to check our emergency exit. Our winch stop is functioning, and our hardware is secure. I'm going to check my seal, our rubber seal, make sure that it's present and in good condition. I'm going to come across. I'm going to check the seal, the grommet. These glass push out.
Mm-hmm.
So the glass is just held in here by this grommet.
Okay.
So if it starts to lift or peel, you want to make sure, because the window will start to fall out. So you just want to make sure that it's in good condition, that it's the way it's supposed to be. So our glass is in good condition. Come down to the next emergency exits. Open, lift up the red bar, push the door out, and it has our indication. Check to make sure that my hardware is in good condition. There's nothing blocking it. Coming down, my seal is in good condition. My glass is in good condition. Okay. So now we'll repeat this. My bumper is secure. Where's my exhaust pipe? Oh, right here.
Left.
So just take your stick. It's sticking out from the bus, so we don't want it to be underneath, because then the exhaust will come up into the cab. So it needs to be flush or sticking out from the back of the bus, okay? And then I just give it that it's secure. Give it a little tug. Okay. So that's emergency exit. We'll get that on the next round. I'm going to open the door though, just to verify, and then we'll do the lift on our next go around. So
Okay.
we're looking across the top of my bus for any signs of damage. I'm looking at my glass, my seal is in good condition. Lift to open. Gonna open it. My railing is secure and in good condition. Gonna open my door. I'm just gonna check it out. We're not gonna do the lift yet.
Mm-hmm.
Check my hardware. Make sure that it's functional. Check my seal. That my seal is present. The seal's on the door on this. And then we'll go from there. Okay, my reflector is present. My reflector is present. Have you used this yet?
No.
So we'll work on that in a minute. Figure out where we want to put this in. Like where would be a good, you can say I'll get to this in a minute when I do my wheelchair, because it's not uncovered unless you want to incorporate it in this part now. We still have to come out and go around, so we can take that off when we go change our lights over. So,
Okay.
all right, so for here I'm putting on my glass. My glass is in good condition. My seals are all present. All looks good. Coming across, I'm checking all the screws on my railing. My vote school district's clearly legible. My hazard is working. Bus number 1's indicated. Checking my railings. Checking my railings. Got my California number. I got my reflectors are present and secure. I'll get up there in a second. My mud flap, secure. Secure, and again, we're gonna get down here. We're gonna look. I can see my shock is present and secure. My shock mount is free of any cracks. My airbag is in good condition. Your S-cam, your slack adjusters, etc., is back there. Coming into the front, my leaf spring is secure and present. My shackle is in good condition, and I can see the hanger for my exhaust. My frame looks free of any cracks and is in good condition. We're going to drop our stick. Clunk, 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 clunk.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get it in there with that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to check our tread depth. So for the rear, have no less than 230 seconds. We're in the green. We're in the green. 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 From here, I'm going to check my outer tire for any abrasions, bulges, or cuts. Tire looks good. Checking my rim for any indications of any cracks, any missing pieces. Checking that my valve caps are present. Checking my lug nuts are secure. Any sign of rust would indicate a loose lug. Checking my hub, that it's free of any leakage, and my hub nuts are secure. So the key is in the bus, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, shoot.
Let me get it.
Well, I don't know if I used the key yet. I didn't use the key, so keep them with you so
Oh.
that you can do this, or do this first before you get on.
Okay.
Check the engine and then get on. I mean, before you get on, check the fuel.
Okay.
Check the fuel. States diesel. That says F1, is that not right? All right, we got fuel. We had an F. All right, which one are check our fuel? I'm going to check that my cap is secure and the neck is secure. The fuel neck is secure. Door is secure. I'm here. Checking the glass. My glass is in good condition. My seals are present in good condition. I'm going to open my door. My seals, my glass is in good condition. Good condition. And I'm going to check my hardware. These little bolts like to come loose. See how this one's kind of fraying down here? It's getting rubbed raw.
Oh yeah.
See that?
Yes.
From in and out. So you just want to make sure that none of this comes loose.
Uh-huh.
And that's your little air cylinder, your little air, hydraulic air. Okay. So I'm going to switch my lights around. I'll go ahead and take the lift off take the cover off the lift, and we'll change our lights around. So next we're going to do high beam, reds, left turn indicator.
Okay.
Take this off, so this is ready for us to go. This
Okay.
was on the seat. Oh wait, it's moved. Does it change? Changes high beams. Right, we're checking our high beams.
Mm-hmm.
Are operational. I have my left turn indicator. My reds are oscillating. I have my left indicator. My stop sign is out and legible from both sides. Cover the back. My ambers are going, my reds are going, and my left turn indicator is functioning. We're going to do the wheelchair now. I might need to turn this bus on. Forgive me right now because I'm a little unfamiliar.
Oh yes, I understand that.
So we're going to unfold. I might need to turn it. Switch. I might need to have the key on. This wouldn't make sense. Yeah, no power. So I tagged on it. I don't know if it's bound. Is there a wheelchair button? Yeah. Okay, good to know. But it should be. The lights are on for it, but. Ken is still working on these. Our brake.
So we're done with the outside?
No, not yet.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
I just want to make sure if I put it in reverse. Yeah, see, I need the key on. Okay, so we put it in reverse. Canceled my reds. Turn off my high beams. Gonna turn on my. That is our high beam, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna cancel my high beam. I can't tell if they're on because I don't see the bulb for it. We're going to do the right turn indicator, which is on, and we're going to do the brake. Okay, so with that little brake stick.
Yeah, she does it right there.
Huh?
Yeah, like the way you're doing it. I think that's how Laura does it. Yeah.
Okay. So put this down. Practice this so you don't feel clumsy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have our brake on, our backup, and we have our right. So we're going to track. We have our right turn indicator. Our right turn indicator. Oh, look what's on.
It's on.
Lights.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Lights
yeah.
are on. Okay, I have my right turn indicator. I have my audible, my visual, my reverse, and my brake lights are lit. Okay?
Okay.
My clip lights are now on. Now, I didn't turn the key on. I don't know. Yeah, so the clip lights are on, okay? All right, so for that, ignition needs to be on.
Mm,
Yeah, ignition needs to be on.
okay.
Okay, so we're gonna cancel all that. We're gonna take the brake off, and we're going to start with our internal. Okay.
Okay.
So, why is my step lights not? Oh, I'll do that afterwards. Okay. So now we're gonna check our stairwell. That our steps, are solid and secure. What step? Our handrail is present and secure. We're going to go ahead and come up. Go ahead and come on, Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and come on. Next, we're going to start checking our emergency equipment. So our first, which is our first aid kit, our stop sign.
It's right here.
Okay, perfect. Our stop sign
And triangles.
and our triangles. Yep. So I'm going to move the seat forward. While I'm here, moving the seat, I'm going to check that it is adjustable, both front and back. And I'm going to check the seat belt. Since I'm touching the seat, have that remind you of what you need to do, okay?
Okay.
So functions and release it. Leave it out of whack. So when you get into it, you have to adjust it as well, okay?
Okay.
So if you forget to go into this stuff, you'll remember when you have to move this back. So I'm going to start up here. I'm going to start with my first aid kit. This bus is 24 passengers. So I'm going to need a first aid kit consisting of at least no less than 16 units. I'm going to open up my first aid kit. I'm going to check my seal, that my seal is present and in good condition. There's no signs of dust or moisture. Where's your registration?
It's behind that.
Okay.
292.
I keep everything in here.
Okay.
So I need no less than 16 pieces. Make a note. Get a Ziploc bag and throw some extra Band-Aids in here. Just some loose Band-Aids so you don't have to break a kit just to get it, because then it'll void the whole kit. So maybe make up however many buses you're running. Just put 10, Band-Aids in there and throw them in each bus in your thing. So I have, in this kit, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24. Okay, that. So it's my 290, my CHP 292, and my accident information and my registration. And my registration states it's for this bus ending in 4555. The 292, which is our CHP approval inspection, belong to this bus. Again, my vehicle ID is 4555, the last four of my license plate. It's issued to my school. It was last inspected on October 4th of 2022. It's good for how long?
13 months.
13 months. So it needs to be inspected by no less than 11/4/23. It's telling me that this bus is rated for 24 passengers in seating and 2 passengers in wheelchairs. Okay, so 24 passengers and 2 wheelchairs plus the driver. Okay.
Okay.
So now it's your decision if you want to continue going across this panel, since you're already up here with this. So I would just checking my fans, everything is secure, my visor secure, my mirror secure, my recorder is secure. This is my PA and my radio. Okay, wouldn't touch anything else. Just make sure this stuff is secure, because once you sit down, you're looking down, you'll miss all of this up here. Okay, turn around and get your fire extinguisher. So here is my fire extinguisher. Give it a little shake. I do this because they're riding and they're bouncing, right? So all the powder gets to the bottom. So I just give them a shake for my own purpose. So
He's missing the little.
Well, he has it around the pin.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So this bus, since it's a wheelchair bus, must have 2 fire extinguishers rating no less than 8 dC. The way you're going to find that is right here. Look on any fire extinguisher, find the UL, and then below that, it'll tell you this is a 1A 10 BC. Okay? So that way you're not like, oh, where is it, right? Just go right to it, find your UL, your information will be there. My tag is present from the fire marshal. It was last inspected on June 22nd of 2003. It's good until June 3rd, 2004. It's charged. My nozzle is free and clear of debris. My tag is present and my pin is present. I check the tags ends because if a kid snags it with their backpack, it's going to be invalid. So you don't want to just tuck it all away. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the back here. My stop sign is present, legible on both sides. I'm going to pull my triangle. I need to have, I'm required to have 3 triangles.
If you want to skip that, I check them.
Huh?
If you want to skip that, I check them, and I can operate them.
So. Okay, so you can do all that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to have to pull one out and display it. So now we've covered everything. I'm going to move the seat back just a little bit. You've covered everything on the top part, and you've covered your emergency equipment in the front. Turn on your dome lights. So that way from here, you can check your dome lights, okay? Cut this bus in half here. So on your way down, cover everything from the seat tops to the roof. And then on your way back, cover everything from the seat tops to the floor, okay? So I'm going to come right up. My dome is secure, present and secure, present and secure. I have my emergency exit. My pad is secure. I have my audible, and I have my visual. I already opened this door. I don't need to do anything else to it because we already did it, right? So I'm going to come across. I'm going to check that my domes and speakers are present and secure. I'm going to drop 3 windows. Pick any 3 you want, wherever the flow is, okay? So I got 3 windows. I'll check this window. We're checking our panels. We're making sure that all of our screws are present, that our panels are secure. We don't want anything to fall down our kids. We're going to check our overhead emergency exit. We're going to push it up. Okay, we're going to unlatch it. Push up. Oh, there's no buzzer on this? There's no buzzer. Okay, let's check on that one too. Okay, we're gonna open up our hatch, make sure that it's operational. Yeah, it should buzz. We should have a buzz right now. Yeah, we need a, okay. Yeah, that's the buzz. Find out about that one.
The buzzer?
Yeah, the buzzer. This looks new, like they just put it in.
Uh-huh.
But I think the buzzer might need to be hooked up. Okay, so anyway, so I'm checking my. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna check my. Cover this back up. Which is what you would do when you're coming back here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So cover that back up. We come back over here. I'm gonna drop one. I'll drop that window over there. Okay, so while I'm over here, I'm gonna check this fire extinguisher. And again, it's a wheelchair bus. I need 2 with a rating of no less than 8 BC. I have this one here, which is telling me it's a 1A 10 BC, so it meets the requirements. My tag is present. It was inspected June 23rd of 23, so it's good for a year to June 23rd, 24. It's charged. My nozzle is free of any debris. My pin is present, and my tag is present. My seal, I think is what they call that. My seal. I'm going to put that back in. Oh, yeah. Okay. So from here, we're going to finish up our overheads, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just check. Whatever you see, just check it. There's no rhyme or reason. Doesn't matter how you get it, just get it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just try and make sure you hit it and look back if you're missing anything. So on these buses, just reminding me of something. These like to back out every now and again because the way these windows are just kind of sat in here in the frame, and these little grommets are holding them in place. So with the flexing of the bus, sometimes they like to work themselves loose. So I would give that some extra touch. You know that you're checking your window securements, that they're present and in good condition, that they're secure. Okay. So I would do the same on both sides. So add that to your checkout when you're doing it. And, okay, so I'll finish back here. Emergency exit. My head panel is secure. My glass is in good condition. My seals are in good condition. Back here, I need to get the audible and the visual. I have my audible and I have my visual. Okay, because we already checked it on the outside. We don't need to redo it on the inside. So now I'm going to turn my attention to the bottom. So we're going to look at the railings to make sure that these rails are mounted to the floor and they're secure. We're looking at our floor, that our floor is clean and in good condition. On our way back, we're going to give it a good shake. And it's the elephant walk is what I call it. You're going to be pulling up on the seat bottoms on your way back up. So shake, grab, shake, functioning, grab, shake, grab. There are no modesty panels on this bus, so it's not something you have to hit. It just doesn't have them. This pad is low enough that the view, is blocked because the modesty panels, so the boys wouldn't look up the girls' skirts. So that's that.
One question.
Yeah.
Do I need to learn how to operate the tie downs?
No.
No?
Nope. It's just the wheelchair lift.
Okay.
Yep. Not the tie
That was
downs.
another one of my concerns.
Yeah. No. So I'm going to come back now to my driver's compartment. All right. Myself situated.
That thing's tricky.
Huh? Yeah.
That one is tricky.
Yeah, you just got to kind of push it back and move it over. So while I'm here, I'm going to shut my door. I'm going to open my door because I want to make sure that my step-well light comes on and that my door is functioning from the inside. Okay? So from here, let me cancel my turn indicator. So from here, you have several different approaches that you can do here. You can come across this way, or you can just take it into clumps,
Mhm.
however you want to do it. I work my way from left to right, and then I drop down and I come back, whatever's on the bottom, okay? So to start from the top, I have my turn indicators, I have my wheelchair power, my heating mirror, I have my vandal lock, I have my driver heaters, low and high, I have my defrost, low, high, my dome lights, which we checked, turn those off. Oops. Oh, I turned that on by accident. Okay. My dome lights off. Next was my master. I need to make sure that my master is coming on here. So I have my amber and I have my red. That's all we're doing when we're in here is just checking our lights on the inside. Okay. So next, I have my panel lights. I have my headlights. I have my my windshield wiper. You're gonna push it. Where's our foot? There we go. I hate to do it to you, but we got to do it. We got to show that it's operational. All right. Sorry. And then come across, I have my fans. I have low, high, low, high. I have my region notification. Now, you need to separate this part into two pieces, okay? First piece is going to be the lights, just the lights, okay? All of these lights that come on are going to be first. You can't check your needles unless the engine is running, okay? So don't talk about any gauges or any needles, okay? Just talk about the lights the first round. Okay. So my first light is my ABS, my check transmission, and I don't have anything else. That's it.
This one comes on just...
Yeah, that's my region, but for my dash panel, that's all that comes on?
Yes, I think so.
All right, well, that's simple Simon. So we just have our, we have our ABS and our check engine light. I'm going to go ahead and start my bus. Okay, so now my needles are running. Now I can tell you about my gauges because now they're functioning, okay? You can't check them unless the bus is running. So first, cycle through, just do the lights. Then come back in, start your bus, and get your gauges, okay? Now they're operating. Because look, if I tell you about them, well, what just dropped? My chance temper, my why isn't my tack going down? It's telling me that I'm there. There we go. So it's not telling me my tack. It's not telling me my water temperature. It's not telling me my PSI for my engine. It's not telling me anything, right? Because they're not functioning. So just do the lights, range inhibit, okay, and your region light. So that's your systems check. Start the bus. What was that one? That was brake, I think.
Fuel, yeah, doesn't work very well.
Okay. All right, so now you're going to talk about your gauges. So this is my amperage gauge. It's within for my amps. It's operational range. My transmission temperature. By the time you drive out there, it will be at operational range. Your oil pressure is within operational range. Your water temperature will be higher because the engine will have been warm. It will be within operational range. This bus idles at 700 RPM. Your speedometer you can't tell because you're not moving. You have half of a tank, and your volts is within the green. This is your air. Your air gauge is covering both front and rear tank, and I'm watching it build air as we speak, which is telling me that my compressor is operational because it's putting air into the system. Okay. Do I need to slow down?
No, you're good.
Okay. This is my spring brake or emergency brake. They have many names. The Maxi. They have all kinds of names. Just read what's on here. Parking brake, okay? This is my ignition. This is my gear shifter. And it goes reverse, drive, fourth, second, and first, okay? To get back, this bus does not have a park, so it's placed in the neutral position. Okay. These are my my air tank gauges, my wet tank, my front tank, my rear tank, and I'll display those when I do my air brake check. Come down here. We did the lights already. This was for my ambers, my reds, my emergency exit, and my range inhibitor. This is my econo mode button, my throttle control for Probably for cruise. Yeah, this is my cruise control, my two-way radio, and then just come across. So now I have hanging out down here. When you're looking at your steering wheel, take it all the way. Go all the way to the floor with it, okay? When you put it in your hands, take it all the way to the floor. I have my accelerator, I have my brake pedal, and then come up the column, right? Oh, I have my hazards, which are also indicated on my panel. I have my tilt and my telescopic. I have my turn indicator, which also shows me my left and my right. Okay, my steering wheel is solid, um, without play. My horn is operational, so that way we just from the floor came all the way up and in, just like our tires and our engine. Start all the way in and work your way out. Okay, if you get in that habit, you won't miss anything. Over here, I have my mirror controls. I'm gonna check my mirror. Oh, that one's way too high. Needs to be visual, 1 inch of the bus and 200 feet to the rear. Okay? This one's in too tight. There we go. Needs to be 1 inch of the side of the bus and 200 feet, no less than 200 feet to the rear. And then again, this is my door opener. And my light comes on. Why did my step light come on? Why did my step light come on? Why did my step light come on? What's on?
What's on?
Yeah, it was on. It's not now. What did I did check anything.
Oh, there you go, right there.
That was it?
Yeah.
But it should come on automatically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it should come on automatically. And the door opens. Okay. I'm gonna make a note
Um.
on defects. All right. So wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
We'll have them fix this because that needs to. When you open that light, that door. Every time you open that door, that light needs to come on. Okay. And so when you're down here and you're looking at your mirrors, you do your door. That's when you can do that. So the next, I'm going to put my seatbelt on because I'm going to be moving the bus a little bit during my brake checkout. Okay. So seatbelt's on, and it's adjustable here for my shoulder height. And from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to let our air built up. Get our air built up. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to set it. Okay. So our air comes on at about 94. Our air compressor, our air governor kicks in at 94. It can be no less than 85. So this is the 85 130 that we were talking about. So this is where we're going to check it. So we know that it's within its operational range because it came on at 94. Now we need to make sure that it cuts out prior to 130.
Okay.
Still kind of creeping. Looks like the other tank caught up with it. So we may want to make note when we go to do this which color needle belongs to which tank. Maybe, I don't know if she's got a little labeler in there, but maybe put blue and red.
Okay.
So that way you know which needle you're watching. All right, so our cutout is, so that's 150. Our cutout's like 122, 125. So that's within operational range, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So we know our cut in and our cut out. Now our next step, let me, is my, oh, it's out there. We're fully charged, right? So it's at the maximum, it's at maximum air pressure. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna let it rest. We're gonna turn the engine off and we're gonna let it sit. We're gonna let it sit in a fully charged resting state, okay? So I'm not doing anything. What we're listening for now is we're going to listen for any air leaks. We're just any hisses, and you're going to do this for 1 minute, okay? This is a 1 minute test. And so while you're doing that, you're going to be making sure that the gauges don't move. Any movement of that needle is going to be a failure because there's no way to know what 1 or 2 psi looks like, right? So if that needle moves, it's done. Fail it, okay? Just don't take it out. So we're going to watch and we're going to time it. Oops. For 1 minute. And again, you're listening for any hisses, any sounds of air leaking. We have, so right now our tanks are full. So if there was any leakage where the valves connect to the tanks or any cracks or any questionable integrity of any lines, we would be hearing it right now and we would be watching it come down because the air would be draining out, which would be lowering our pressure. So we sit for this for a minute. Okay. Next is the applied. For the applied, our foot's going to go on the brake. And note how you use. I wouldn't watch that blue needle. Kind of look past it. So that took 10. That took us about 10. I use about 10 psi in that brake. Yeah, in that brake application. And then you release the spring brake. So now it's off, right? We've put air into the spring brake to hold the spring back and release the drum. So you're going to hold this for 1 minute. And what you're testing here is under pressure. Now you have air to the brake chambers. You're testing it at a brake level, okay? Under pressure, you're putting pressure to the diaphragms that are all in the airbags. You know how they have the piston and they have the diaphragm. And when we put on our brake, it's utilizing air pressure. And it's rubber against metal, so you can have brakes. So we're just checking to make sure that our integrity through our brakes is present. And we can lose no more than 3 psi in this test, okay? And it's for 1 minute. And we're almost at 1 minute. So next we're going to do, are we rolling? No. Are we rolling? No. Okay, so next we're going to do, we're going to start draining our front tank, our secondary tank. Your rear is your primary, and the front is your secondary tank, okay? Because this is your main braking system. This is just to keep things equal. We're going to watch our needles, and when we release the air from this tank, we're going to be checking the check valves, and we're going to want to make sure that they're working properly and that they're going to seat off, they're going to shut off the rear tank system to keep it at its maximum, at its pressure, at its current pressure, okay? So we're going to split the tanks in half to make sure that if one is lost, that the other one will remain functional, okay? So I'm going to drop the air, and I'm going to watch my needles, and then we'll find out what, oops, it's up. Okay, so this is red. Front is red. Okay, so as we drop this down, and we're also waiting for our audible and our visual low air warning, okay? Okay, there it is. So it's about 65. My needle didn't move, which is telling me that my check valves are working. I have my visual and I have my audible, okay? So we'll go ahead and take this down to 0. And our needle did not move. So we lost our front brakes. This is a simulation that we just lost our front brakes. Will we be able to stop our bus?
Yes.
Yes, because we have our rear brake system. So here we're going to start the bus up and we're going to do 2 moves. So brace yourself, okay? So you don't have to yank on this. I'll show you how to do it. So that way it's compliant, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to start the bus and we're going to do 2 moves really quick. We're going to do forward. We're going to stop with our brake. Right? I'm going to release my spring brake. I'm in gear. So this is my second. This is showing that my emergency stopping system, my brakes are adjusted appropriately, that in drive, it's holding my bus. Even if I tap my throttle a little bit, the bus isn't going anywhere. I'm in drive, so it should be moving. You feel it torquing on it?
Yes.
But it's so this is your second stop. It's showing that if all else fails, you're still gonna have your spring brick, okay? So we're going ahead and we're gonna build that pressure back up. And we're gonna build it up to 100 psi. Okay, we lost all the air warnings. So we'll build up our pressure to 100 psi. And we're gonna repeat that test, but we're gonna drain the rear tank next, okay?
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll put a little red and blue on here. Maybe put a red dot and a blue dot.
Yeah, a little mark with
Yeah.
mark with
So that way
Sharpie.
you know.
Yeah.
So we're going to build this up to 100 psi. So we just completely checked the front tank, and the rear tank is what we just checked. That it held the air. That it worked as independently as a second tank and as an alternative stopping system. And we checked the low air warning for the front tank, and we checked our stopping on one tank. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to turn the engine off, turn it back on, and now we're going to drain the rear tank, and we're checking for the audible and visual low air warning, okay? And we're going to make sure that the blue needle doesn't move, or the red needle doesn't move now. There it is. Okay. So sometimes if you're bringing it down fast, like this one goes, see, it's settled. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit more when the air comes out of this thing fast. So stop it when you're getting close to the 60 mark. All right, so I'm going to call that good. Again, it's 65-ish, 67, almost 70. It's nice. And our needle for our front tank doesn't move. So now we've checked the two-way check valves, the check valves for the rear tank and the front tank again, and they're functional. Oh, look at you, you little stink. Why are you doing that? Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and take this all the way down. And again, we're watching our needle for our front tank to make sure that we don't lose any air. Okay. And again, we're going to do a two-stop move, okay? A two-move brake check. So I'm going to go in reverse for this one. I'm going to go back. Release my spring brake. I'm going to go back. I'm going to stop. And that's it.
Bolts.
Okay? And then we'll build up our air. So while you're building up your air, think about anything that you might, like look around, think about anything you might have missed. We touched our visor already, so we know that we touched that. I always forget this. Always forget this. Your driver window, I'm sitting here, I'm like, what else? Oh, well, I did do my driver window. That it's functional. And, I don't know if I said I had my odometer, but my odometer is present. So just things like that, whatever you might have missed. That my steering wheel, is secure. It's no more than 2 inches of play. Just think about anything like that, things that you might have overlooked while you're sitting here. Take a good look around. We'll go ahead and build up our air. I'm gonna help it along here. Now, if you skip something, like if you miss something, don't say, "Oh, I missed it." Think about before you open your mouth. Think about where can I pick it up again, right? Like if you forget one of your lights, pick it up on the next go around. When you know, like if you're out doing your circle of lights, and let's say you forgot to do your high beam, right? Well, maybe when you do your reverse brake, that grouping, catch your high beams in that one, right? If you say, "Oh, I forgot this or I forgot that," then he's going to be like, maybe you're not ready, right? But if you just pick it up somewhere else, your mind knows, "Oh, I forgot that," but he has no clue. He just thinks that's where you throw it in the mix, right?
Right.
Because everybody does it different.
Okay.
So it's like if you miss something, then just throw it in somewhere
Just
else if you can.
Find a way to kind of like.
And I sat here and it's
bring
like, yeah, I don't think I said the odometer, but there's my odometer,
Uh-huh.
right? So you build up your air pressure. So the last thing to do here is going to be our two stop move, okay? And so it's going to be a drive forward. Okay, we're going to drive forward, and we're going to let it dip. Stop it without our hands on it. So if it dips, anything like that, if there was any kind of malfunction in the front, in the steering, or in the ball joints, or anything like that, we want to see if it's going to dip or dive in either direction, okay?
Okay.
And then next is your spring brake, and that's it, okay?
Okay.
And a little tap, you're adjusted. Because you don't want to roll your bus and pop it, because then you're going to be kink, right? So that's it. So we'll go ahead. My next final test is going to be, I feel like I'm missing heaters, but I guess it's all over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's on your left.
Yeah,
It's kind of lower.
Yeah.
Oh, down here.
Yeah,
Here we go.
yeah,
Okay. See? Yeah. Okay. I missed those. So I guess when you're doing this section here and you're doing your door, come down here and do your heaters. So you have a that's temperature, right? How do I turn it on? I think it's just here.
found them by mistake. So yeah.
All right, this is unfiltered air. Oh, this is just heat.
Your heat and.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell them any about that.
Oh, no?
Yeah, this is about your vents. I mean, you can just say down here's my vents for outside air, inside air, recycled air, and my temperature control.
Okay.
Okay. So your last but not least is going to be your child check.
Oh.
So you're going to turn off your bus. The purpose of the child check is to look for any sleeping students, anything left on the bus, any kids behind the seats. You're going to look both directions because what you might see in one way, you might not see in the other way, right? So you're going to just give it a good check, checkity check, checkity check. Okay, all good. And then you're going to sit down. And he's gonna say, he's gonna ask, "Are you done?" And you're gonna look around. And you're gonna think, "No, I think I got everything." Oh, you know what? The hatch buzzer.
Oh.
The top hatch buzzer. Top hatch. So 1, 2. Top hatch buzzer. You didn't do the wet tank. What is that about? And what you can tell them is it's the first tank in the lineup.
Uh-huh.
And the wet tank purpose is to collect all the debris and the moisture that's coming in because it's sucking air from the outside elements, right? And that this is drained. All these tanks are drained at the end of the day. and it's just a backup. It's not part of my braking system. Okay, it's just a collection tank for any dirt, grease, grime, debris, moisture, because the hot air coming into cold tanks makes condensation. So you're just gonna it just brings out, holds all the goo. So that's the goo tank. Okay,
Okay.
has nothing to do with your brakes. Okay,
Okay.
so if he asks you what your wet tank is, tell him that, just that. It's where all the grime. It's the first tank in line, and it brings in it, it's the first tank in line, and it collects impurities, moisture, things like that. But it's not yeah.
No, not part of the braking system.
Well, it is part of the
Oh,
braking
it is.
system,
Okay.
but I mean, it's not your front or your rear brake.
Okay.
It's just the first tank that gets filled. And sometimes other things like your doors will run off of this tank. Your seat might run off of this tank, right? Out the air on this tank so it doesn't pull it from here, from these two. So this might run your door, your seat, whatever else would be air accessory, okay? And then it's also the tank that collects all the goo, the moisture, the outside elements, the the blow past the as the compression, because it's an engine. The compressors, air compressors, an engine in itself. It has two little pistons in there, and it shares the same oil as the engine. But those rings, just like engines, those rings can get worn over time, and because it runs constantly, can get worn over time, and then start allowing oil to blow into the system, right? So, and that you pay attention to, like when you drain your wet tank, if you start seeing a spot of oil underneath it, you're like, oh, something must be happening with my air compressor. Like, it's the rings or something. It might need to be rebuilt. Okay. And that's that in a nutshell. From there, he might ask you questions. Um, who knows what he'll say? Otherwise, he'll tell you, okay, let's go ahead and go. Don't forget your seatbelt. Put your seatbelt on, and just follow his directions. Okay.
Okay.
So, what can we do now? We got our pre-trip done. What do you want to do?